So I was going to mention about the identity as a Pakistani. You know, it's always so complicated for us to stick to a particular identity, and I'll tell you why. Like, I come from, for example, I am a Punjabi, but the national language of our country is Urdu, which is almost same as Hindi, except that the script or the alphabet is different. And then we have an official language. So my parents in the house, they used to speak Punjabi to each other. With us, they used to speak Urdu. Then we went to school, we had English there. We are supposed to read Quran in Arabic, and we start that from a very young age. Our national anthem is in Persian. So you can imagine that we are already, like influenced by so many different identities and so many different languages that I think, and for an ordinary Pakistani, it's different to stick to one identity. Our identity is dynamic.
Yeah.
From the beginning, and then for people who travel like me, that I started traveling from that age, like now it's maybe completely gone.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
How many languages do you know? 5 or more?
If I, like, some people count Urdu and Hindi as separate languages, like officially they are, but for me actually it's the same language. So if I count them as one, I can say that I know Urdu, Hindi, then I know Punjabi, English and Turkish. 4, I would say. Or like some people may count them as 5.
Great. What do you think about the world and the humanity? Is there more differences or common things?
I think there are actually more common things, but a lot of people don't realize it. Because I think the rule of politics is that you should divide people as much as you can, because then it's easier for you to control them. So as a result, you focus more on your differences. It's same when I see the history of India, Pakistan, for example. We were divided because we had different culture according to whatever, or we had different religion. Okay, it is true, but then we look similar. We have the same language, we have the same food, more or less, we have the same clothes, for example, we have the same traditions. Especially if you see our weddings, the traditions are same. And when I look at Pakistan, I can tell you for sure that culture is more strong than religion, even though the basis of the country was religion. But I can tell that the culture is more prominent there. But whenever we see history, we never discuss like how similar we are. Like I was telling you that whenever I am traveling, nobody asks me if I am a Pakistani. Like 99% of the times they ask me if I'm an Indian, which means that we are more same than different. But in our books, we never talk about the similarities. We always talk about how different we are, and I think it's same with maybe the rest of the world as well.
But I was correct when we met each
Yes.
other for the first time.
Yes, I think you were the first person.
Yes.
And I was shocked, like I even mentioned it, like, wow, you knew that I was Pakistani. Because usually even when I see Pakistanis outside Pakistan, even they ask me if I am an Indian. I'm like, why? And sometimes they even say that I look more Indian than a Pakistani, which is interesting for me because I don't know how they define that line.